Have you looked at your life and wondered if the universe forgot about you? You look around, and everyone else seems to be moving forward while you are left behind. You feel buried under a mountain of unseen failures, quiet rejections, and a heavy, suffocating doubt. You feel like a withered leaf, tossed about by a wind you cannot control. But what if I told you that being buried is not the end of your story? What if the very ground that feels like your grave is actually the place where your power is being born? Lean in closely and listen to my voice. The ancestors left a map for the exact valley you are walking through tonight. Welcome back to the circle, my family. Come closer, where we share the secrets of those who walked this earth long before our worries were ever born. If you are listening to this today, it is not by accident. Your soul is tired. You are exhausted from trying, from knocking on doors that won't open, from checking an empty bank account, and from smiling on the outside while your spirit feels like it is breaking on the inside. Tonight, I want to take you on a journey to a small village nestled beside the ancient rolling waters of the Volta River. I want to tell you the story of a young man named Kojo. He was a man just like you, swallowed by uncertainty, standing on the edge of giving up. Through his tears, we will uncover a hidden truth from the Yu people of West Africa. It is a truth that will change the way you look at your struggles forever. In the valley of the Yu people, where the soil was rich and the rivers ran deep, lived Kojo. Kojo was a man of great dreams. He did not want much, just to build a life of dignity, to provide for his aging mother, and to see the fruits of his hard labor. He was not lazy. He woke up before the sun could paint the sky, and he went to sleep long after the moon had taken its throne. But life does not always reward effort with immediate rain. For 3 seasons, a strange shadow seemed to follow Kojo. He cleared a large portion of land, poured his sweat into the soil, and planted maize. But a sudden, unseasonal flood washed it all away. He gathered the little resources he had left and tried to trade in the nearby market town. On his way, thieves raided his cart, leaving him with nothing but bruises and an empty pouch. The worst part was not just the loss of the money, it was the silence that followed. It was the quiet judgment of the villagers. It was the whispers of neighbors who wondered aloud if Kojo was cursed. Have you ever felt that? Have you felt the heavy weight of feeling like a disappointment to the people who depend on you? Have you felt the agonizing self-doubt that whispers, maybe I am just not meant to succeed? Kojo's boots grew heavy. His shoulders slumped. One evening, looking at the barren ground, he collapsed to his knees. The fire in his heart had gone out. He decided he would pack his few belongings and leave the village in shame, abandoning everything he had ever wanted to build. As Kojo packed his bag in the dark, a shadow fell across his doorway. It was Togbi Nyui, the oldest elder in the village. Togbi did not speak immediately. In our tradition, wisdom does not rush, it observes. He looked at Kojo's packed bag, then looked into the young man's hollow eyes. "You are leaving," Togbi said, his voice like the low rumble of thunder before a clearing rain. "There is nothing left for me here, elder," Kojo spat out, bitterness choking his words. "I have done everything right. I worked harder than anyone. Yet my life is completely broken. Look at my hands, they are empty. Look at my fields, they are barren. I am trying to build an upright, honorable life, but everything around me is crooked and falling apart. Why should I stay?" Togbi nodded slowly. He did not offer cheap words of comfort. He did not tell Kojo to just stay positive. Instead, he pointed his carved walking stick toward a massive, ancient tree standing at the edge of the forest. It was a giant mahogany tree. Its trunk was radically bent and twisted at the base, but its upper branches towered straight, majestic, and full of green leaves into the heavens. "Look at that tree, Kojo," Togbi whispered. "Do you see how its base is twisted? Do you see how it curves close to the dirt before it rises?" Kojo frowned, impatient with stories. "Yes, it is crooked. It looks like it struggled just to survive." Togbi smiled, his eyes reflecting the deep light of the night. He spoke the ancient words of our ancestors, the EU proverb passed down through centuries of storms. Arigaglo jiwanana hafi tsoa jazoato. Kojo stared at him, confused. Togbi repeated it slowly, letting the meaning sink into the room. One must stand on the crooked branch in order to cut the upright one. Kojo stood in the silence of the night, repeating the words in his mind. One must stand on the crooked branch to cut the upright one. Togbi placed a heavy hand on Kojo's slumped shoulder. You want a perfect, straight life, young one. You want immediate success, smooth roads, and unbroken victories. But life does not grow that way. The crooked branch you are standing on right now, this failure, this financial hardship, this rejection, is not your destruction. It is your platform. Togbi pointed to the tall, straight branches high up on the tree, the ones carrying the finest wood and the sweetest fruit. To reach those high, upright branches, a woodcutter cannot stand on the flat ground. He must climb, he must plant his feet firmly onto the twisted, bent, difficult branches of the tree. It is the crooked branch that gives him the height, the leverage, and the perspective to harvest what is beautiful. Think about your own life right now. The debt, the heartbreak, the unanswered applications, the feeling of being completely lost. Those are your crooked branches. They are uncomfortable. They are painful to stand on. They make your feet ache and your heart tremble, but they are the only things high enough to elevate your character to the next level. If you never experience the crooked branch of failure, you will never possess the strength, the empathy, and the resilience required to manage the upright branch of true success. Kojo did not leave the village that night. He unpacked his bag. The next morning, he did not look at his failed crops as a curse. He looked at them as a master class. He studied the soil where the flood had hit and realized he needed to dig deeper irrigation channels. He looked at his stolen goods and realized he needed to partner with other traders for collective security. He stopped running from the crooked branches of his life and started standing on them. It took time. It took more sweat, more tears, and more long nights. But because he was standing on the lessons of his failures, his reach was higher. 2 seasons later, Kojo's fields did not just grow maize. They flourished with crops that the floodwaters could no longer touch. He became an anchor for his family and a leader among his peers. When the younger men of the village faced ruin and came to him crying, Kojo did not give them lectures. He would simply take them to the edge of the forest, point to the majestic mahogany tree, and remind them of the path to greatness. My friend, as you prepare to face the rest of your day or lay your head down tonight, I want you to remember Kojo. Stop cursing the difficult season you are in. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this preparing me for? Your current struggle is not a sign that you have failed. It is a sign that you are climbing. You cannot get to the upright branch without navigating the crooked one first. Your pain is building your perspective. Your isolation is building your focus. Your hardship is building a testimony that will one day save someone else's life. Do not look at your broken pieces as trash. They are the scaffolding of your future kingdom. Hold your head up. Breathe in the strength of the ancestors who survived far worse so that you could be here today. If this story touched your heart today, do not keep this wisdom to yourself. Type the phrase, "I will stand on my crooked branch," in the comments below to show the world and yourself that you are not giving up. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and share this video with someone who is quietly fighting a battle they haven't told anyone about. Remember, the tree of your life is still growing. Stay strong, stay resilient, and until we meet again, keep climbing.